And recently, this summer, on America's Got Talent, a dance troupe of 22 kids actually danced to Fashionista, and that was a big thrill for me. 12 million people watched that, and it was a big thrill for me to see that happening.
I can just imagine, for the first time, your work, your voice, you is being applauded by, not you imitating someone else.
Yeah.
But you, 100% you.
And not that I don't like doing the voice impressions, I really do. I love doing the voice impressions, but it's just in the real hardcore business of show business, they don't sometimes know what to do with you. Yeah. As a voice impressionist, I mean, you could play a Las Vegas lounge or, stuff like that, but, in the big scheme of things.
But a copy, not an original.
Right. But as a singer-songwriter, they know what to do. They know more what to do with you. Right. And plus, there's offers now for Fashionista, to get it on movies or television or commercials, which is great. That's like hitting the jackpot for me.
Yeah, really.
And it's so cool because I own it. I own the publishing, my half of it. I own it. It's a great feeling. It's really great.
I can imagine.
And so I wound up doing a whole album with Marcus, and it's called Jamestown. Just so I don't know if anyone can see that, but I'm very proud of this. All of the songs are basically true stories that come from my life, but it's all set to pop dance music. And they got it at Best Buy, and they got it on Amazon, they got it at Border Books, and they have it on iTunes. Marcus also got some remixers, some really hot remixers, and remixed a lot of my songs. And really cool music. And it's so great because he'll bring me remixes, and it's like getting little presents. It's like you open a present and you're like, wow, look what how they remixed it, and really cool.
You say that the songs are all autobiographical.
Yeah.
And they describe little parts of your life. Tell us about them, please.
Well,
go down the list.
Fashionista came when I wrote Fashionista, I wasn't able to go to a fashion show, and I was really pissed off, and I wanted to go see Heatherette, and for some reason I was traveling and I couldn't see their show, and I was like really mad about it, and so that's how that came about. But there's a line in there that became kind of controversial. Some DJs didn't like it, and they wouldn't play the song because I say no one ugly allowed. And some DJs thought, wow, what a bitch.
Well, I interpreted that as saying that you can't think of yourself as ugly. That everybody has to think of themselves as beautiful to be a part of this.
Right. It's there's kind of two things for me. It's the fashion industry is so exclusionary. Right. Like, you can't come into this fashion show because you're not one of us. Right. You're not thin like us, Yeah. And I remember, I used to always read the personals, and just kind of chuckle. But I think I chuckled later because they would always say, looking for so-and-so and so-and-so, and at the very end they always put no fats, no fams, and I was like, oh, that's so mean. And so it was my way of getting back at everybody who would always say, no fats, no fams. Well, no one ugly allowed. And it's kind of like, your insides being ugly. Somebody can always lose weight, but if you're ugly on the inside, you're always going to be ugly.
True enough.
True enough. And how ugly in the fashion industry, when you only look at the exterior and not the interior, that's very ugly. But I fall prey to that too as well too. I mean, I'm no different than anyone else. I also wrote a song called Famous, and it's kind of it's about the state of our culture in a way, and how when I watch television, there's such a, I guess the entertainment industry is one of our largest exports around the world.
Correct.
In America, and we're so consumed by celebrity and fame, and a lot of these big stars have children out of wedlock, and no one thinks anything of it, you know, but if you're gay and you want to get married, oh no, you're wrong, you know, but you know, these big famous people are having bastard children and nobody says anything about it. It's now just common. Okay. So, I mean, I'm just saying, let's even the playing field here. I mean, you know, look, we're all sinners. But anyway, but what I'm talking about fame is that how fame can just completely create this illusion that you can do no wrong.
Right.
And how fame can be like, it's going to solve all your problems. One time I asked these waiters in New York, I said, okay, you got $10 million and you have fame. Which do you want? And they had to stop and think. Like, well, maybe I want the fame because maybe with the fame I can get the money. And I'm like, no, you can't. It's one or the other. And so they had a hard. I mean, I would take the 10 million.
I would too.
They had a hard time. These were like waiters trying to think who are like wannabe actors, you know. And so fame is very hypnotic and very alluring to people. And so that's what famous is about. And of course, me too. I mean, I know that the more fame I get, you know, the higher my stocks go. You know, more people would want to book me and call me and things like that. So
Absolutely.
It's a commodity. Old School Disco I wrote before Madonna came out with her Sticky and Sweet tour. I mean, Old School Disco's written 2 years before that. It's written about Madonna. When she came out with the other, you know, when she was coming out with the disco phase that she was kind of doing, because it says, ooh, you look delicious like a lollipop and candy kisses. So it's kind of, it was like a little premonition of what she was going to be doing with the Sticky and Sweet tour. Summer Sun, I wrote all about Provincetown. It's all about Provincetown and all the years that I spent here, all the great memories I have, the lovers who have come and gone, the friends I've made, and my favorite line in the song that I wrote is called "Everybody's Young Under the Ancient Sun." So, you know, we can live our lives and say, oh, you know, you're getting old or whatever, but really, in reality, is everybody's young under the ancient sun. So I love Summer Sun. It's about Provincetown. Top of Love, I was in love at one point when I was writing this song. Little did I know. We'll get to it. We'll get to the breakup in a minute. Bobo Body is, there's hidden messages in Bobo Body, and it's, well, I guess I could, I'll just tell what it's about. I knew Candace Kane, this transsexual in New York, and she would dance at restaurant windows and stuff, and now she's been on Dirty Sexy Money on television. I wrote this about Candace Kane, and it's about a transsexual Bobo Body, and there's like little hidden messages in there. And Desire, Mr. Seedy, is Desire is written about, I can't mention his name, but really a famous gospel singer who I know who is gay and leading a closeted life. And really the kind of hell he goes through, how, you know, it says in the lyric, desire is a fire that you can't calm. So no matter who knows what makes us attracted to whatever.
Right.
Nobody can really, I don't think anyone can explain it. And there's so many different levels of sexuality, no one can explain why. But desire is a fire you can't calm. You know, if you have that desire and you're hiding it from people, you know, there's things that are going to eat away at you.
Absolutely.
You know, and I understand him wanting to stay closeted, but you know, it is a complex situation.